Too many traders lose money because they don't follow the rules and they lack the basic understanding on how to use technology. In this educational video, I am going to share with you some top tips on how to use a sensible stop order, work out Fibonacci ratios with the fib extension and the timing to get out of a highly profitable trade. I will also highlight when not to trade. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of being robotic when trading. Look for reasons not to trade and understand that during the month, plenty of top quality trades will come your way. You just need to know when to seize these priceless opportunities.
So short-term swing trading with the Qs. This time I thought I'd do something different. A lot of people trade Qs and SPY, and I'm going to be using the xBrat Algo Confluence Bundle Lite. So it's the xBrat Algo that gives the signal. We've got the confirmation from the bias depth heat map, and we've got that management tool with the xBrat Manager. Also, what I put on the chart there are a couple of key points. So we have 60-minute support and resistance zones that I've drawn in red. Obviously, this is the TradingView platform. At the moment, we don't develop those automated support and resistance zones, so we only do those on the NinjaTrader platform called the Guardian Zone. So I've drawn them in manually, so a skill that all traders should understand. And we can see here, we've got a really sort of strong double top here, and we tested it here. We've got a lot of clustering around at this point. We could also make that a little smaller just to show you that actually this is a really strong zone to push through. We've got one below where we've got a lot of clustering around where my cursor is here. We've got a test from underneath, test from the top, and a lot of support down here as well. And then further down, there's another one. We can see the pivots here for the top, here for the bottom. Really strong 60-minute zone. We're trading off the 12-minute here, and we're going to look at the last 2 weeks, because when we're trading, we must remember it's about quality, not quantity. So with the xBrat Algo, we are looking for signals. It's an algorithm, so it looks for signals. 12 confluences it looks at, and when it's 12 out of 12, we get a 6-star signal, buy or sell. When it's 11 out of 12, we get a 5, and then all the way down to 3-star. But one of the most important things that we look at as well is the confirmation of the signal. So the bias depth heat map down at the bottom, which is included in the bundle, gives us that confirmation on higher time frames. So you can see here, all of these short trades, we don't have the confirmation. So we don't take the trades. And as you can see, that the algorithm sees that there's 12 confluences and say, yes, you should be going short here. But our check here is the confirmation. We don't get the confirmation. All 6 time frames aren't red, so we don't take the trade because there's other things going off on higher time frames, and we need to understand that. And this is where that bias depth heat map comes in, because the xBrat Algo looks on this specific time frame, which is the 12-minute. And again, this is a trap that a lot of traders go into, is they don't look at multiple time frames when they're trading, whether they're day trading, short-term swing trading during the week, or even longer-term swing trading. You need to understand what's going off, and that's what the bias depth heat map does. So we're going to take a look at this first sort of trading opportunity a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to talk through it. I've just put these vertical lines in there just to help me identify where those signals were. So I can take those away now. So first off, we have a 5-star buy signal. So that's 11 confluences out of 12. But we can see down below, if you look at the cursor hashed lines there, not all 6 time frames are green. We've got some yellow in there, some neutral bias. So we're not going to take that particular trade. Now, at this point, on Tuesday, the 25th of June, all 6 time frames are green, and we have a 6-star buy signal from the xBrat Algo. This is good. Already put the stop in there, just below that zone. You know, when we have those zones from higher time frames, we hide behind them for our stops. Okay, so that's our stop. Our entry is just going to be, one tick above the signal candle, because we're going to use a stop market order. going to use the fib extension to work out our risk to reward. Because it's important that we've got the signal now, we've got the confirmation, we need fresh air. So start point is the stop, then that's our entry. We bring that across here. We can see to the next zone, we've got a 1 to 4. So it's huge. We've got a really good sort of risk to reward, lots of fresh air. So we've got signal, 6-star buy, 12 confluences from 12 different types of trading indicators, all set to give us that confirmation, that really good, that momentum's going. And then we've got the confirmation from the bias depth heat map. We've got fresh air. We're going to go. Once we're in this trade now, we've got to be sensible and understand that we've got to stop below this support and resistance zone for a reason, because we're expecting that to hold. And as we get into this trade, it does come down and test the bottom of there, but doesn't come back out again. So we're good. Okay. We have a sensible stop. And as long as this ribbon on the manager remains green, we stay in the trade. However, when we get to Friday, and it's all about timing as well, understanding what time of the day we're in. So we're swing trading for this for the week. We know we've got to be out on the Friday. We've got, there's data coming out on Friday. We get the open, okay, at 9:30, just on this particular candle here. We get a big push up at this point because we are just after the open. We know there's going to be a lot of volatility, a lot of volume going into there. We're going to put a take profit at that next zone. That's the sensible thing to do. We've been swinging this all the way from Tuesday. It's moving up really nicely. We've got some momentum building during that opening phase, that first 30 minutes. But that volatility can reverse around on data. And when you've got 10 o'clock data, you really need to have that take profit limit there. So it was a good trade, in on a Tuesday at 479.80 and out on a Friday at 486.93. It's a really, really sensible short-term swing trading opportunity. But it's very important when you're managing these trades to understand the time of the day, whether there's data coming out and everything like that. Okay, so being sensible. So not every chart is it looks pretty. This one doesn't look pretty, this particular trade. You've got to be very, very sensible and understanding when there's data, being very strict with that stop. So it's quite a tight stop actually. The risk there is quite minimum, letting it run, letting it go, and understanding actually now it's been a tough week, but this is where my profit's going to be. We can see momentum building in during this point, but we've got data coming out at 10 o'clock. So we've got to make sure that we put that limit order in and get out. Move on to the next week. It's a lot prettier, this chart, okay? And sometimes that happens, okay? So we get a 4 and a 5-star buy on Monday, the 1st of July. I will take those if I get the confirmation and I've got fresh air. Okay, so at this point, we have a 4 and a 5-star buy, 6 out of 6 on the bias depth heat map there on the 4 and the 5-star. I've got an entry. Because it's still reasonably low there, I've still got a hide behind this for my stop. So again, the first thing I do is make sure I got fresh air. I've got signal, I've got confirmation. Have I got enough fresh air? Just. My risk to reward, my minimum that I'm looking for is 1 to 1.6. If it's a 1 to 1.5, I'd still probably go. But that's it's a good risk to reward. So I'm in. Okay. Now we get a 6-star buy at this point. I want to add to my particular position here because I've gone for 11 out of 12. Now I've got 12 out of 12 confluences. All of a sudden that momentum's starting to build. I'm in the afternoon, no problem. There's no data coming out. What's my risk to reward? Let's have a quick look at that. Now, when we're working out this risk reward, we can't hide behind this anymore. This is further on, momentum's gathered. So the stop's going to be below all of this range here, these pivots. And that's where we're going to just quickly work that out. if I was to add, have we got enough risk reward? Yes, we got 1 to 1.7 or something like that. Let's just remove that so we can clean up the chart a little bit. So we've got signal, we've got confirmation, we've got fresh air. We're going to add to our position here at this point because we've got 6 out of 6 on the bias depth heat map. There, if I just move out, you can see the different time frames there, but that's it, a heat map. So we can see we've got a confirmation. We've got fresh air. We're adding to that, and we're going. You know, we're coming into sort of Tuesday afternoon. No data coming out at this point. So I'm going to be more relaxed with that take profit limit order. It's different behavior. Markets, timing, behavior. Very, very important here. We could see massive impulse moves here after the open. With data coming out, we've got to make sure we take profit at that there, because with data, we usually get, well, not usually, sometimes we get data reversals. This is different behavior. We're in the afternoon. We have no data coming out. With the manager, we can see higher than average volume bullish candles all the time. There's no higher than average volume bearish candles. So the momentum is bullish. We've got lots of green on the bias depth heat map. We're going to be sensible, allow this to push through, and we trade this all the way to the end of the week. This is a quality trade. So if we did this once a month for 1 week, this is all we would need to be profitable and start to compound profits in our account. If there's a week where it's scrappy, we just don't take those trades. We wait until we get the quality of trades. And this is where the xBrat Algo comes in, because it looks that quality. A 6-star is like a 6-star hotel. It's a very high quality trade. But let's go back to this 6-star sell signal here. Although we've got the very high quality trade set up on this 12-minute time frame, our bias depth heat map, our go no-go gauge, is telling us actually you don't have the confirmation on all 6 time frames. Don't take the trade. And this is why this has been designed and put together as a bundle. And then we can just manage it with our manager. So this hopefully this helps. Check out the links below for the xBrat Algo Lite bundle, for the Confluence bundle. It's available on lots of different platforms. Obviously, with NinjaTrader, we have our automated support and resistance zones. If you're on a different platform, you must learn that basic skill of understanding where those pivots are and where those big support and resistance zones are on a higher time frame. So if you're trading on a 12-minute, you know, look at the 30, the 60, and see where those major support and resistance zones are so you can frame your chart. Hopefully that helps. Speak to you all really soon.